Hello, hello. Hello, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. We are going live in less than 30 seconds. I'm sorry. Happy Monday, Natalie. Ooh, waiting on my cue. I'm doing good, Henry. How are you? How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, cuz. Hey, Dion. I'm just waiting on my cue to come in.
Select hours on UBM Radio are furnished by paid programs.
All right.
Views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of UBM Radio, Urban Broadcast Media, their subsidiaries, or sponsors. UBM Praise proudly presents Warriors Talk.
You have just tuned in to Warriors Talk with your host, Lady Rochelle. Warriors Talk is a platform to address how cancer, as well as other diseases, are running rapid throughout
Is the speaker on?
and how we can move away from awareness to taking action. Warriors Talk will empower listeners by keeping them informed, connected to services, and encourage them to thrive while surviving.
I'm going to let you know in 1 second, Henry. Thank you for sharing the video, James. I appreciate it. Welcome to Warriors Talk here with Lady Rochelle on UBM Radio, your station for talk, faith, and music. It is Motivational Monday, and I'm encouraging you to stay connected with me on all forms of social media. Facebook/Warriors Talk with an S. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope at Warriors Talk 1. You can email me at warriorstalk1@gmail.com. You can check out the website by going to www.warriorstalk.org. If you ever miss a live audio of the show, you can go to Spreaker.com, and that's SPREAKER.com. Follow me, and I will follow you back. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle, for eyes on the community. So any live videos that I do as it relates to anything that goes on in the community and the Facebook Lives will go on the YouTube channel. You can call in at 312-754-4333, and we would love to hear from you. I would just like to take this opportunity to acknowledge my sponsors. I have Emmanuel Church of God in Christ, and that's with Pastor Michael Richardson, located at 3058 West Van Buren in Chicago. And their website is www.emmanuelkojic.com. You can go there for service information. And at Emmanuel, we are building up on a solid foundation. I also have Paula Kelly with Allstate, and she's located at 297 East Glenwood Lansing Road in Glenwood. She can be reached at paulakelly@allstate.com, and she specializes in all of your insurance needs. We have Candace Lucas with RID Alert, and that's RID Alert, and she's located at 5660 West Madison in Chicago. And you can go to ridalert.com, that's RIDALERT.com, and she is your online and in-store solution for all of your quality pest control needs. You can also go to marykay.com/GDOTSON with Gloria Dotson, and she is specializing in all of your beauty products that caters to you from head to toe. So I am very grateful for my sponsors. They make it possible for me to go live week after week, and so I just like to acknowledge them and thank them for investing in Warriors Talk. This show is dedicated to stroke awareness, which is the awareness for the month of May. Remember, when you're thinking about stroke, you're thinking about the word fast. FAST. That's the easiest way to remember it. FAST is the F is for face, the A is for arm, the S is for speech, and the T is for time to call 911. Our healing verse is coming from Hebrews 11 and 11, and it reads, "It was by faith that even Sarah was able to have a child. Though she was barren and was too old, she believed that God would keep his promise." I'm excited. We're in the second week of our Phenomenal Women series, and we have a lineup of some phenomenal women. So the guest that I have today, I'm just elated that she agreed to even come on the show. We are going to be talking about the unadulterated truth on women's health. And this is your chance, all of the women, to ask any question you have as it relates to women's health. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my guest. She is the founder and elite of Obstetrics, and Gynecology in the Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She is a director of the Gynecologic Robotic Surgery of West Boca Medical Center, the director of Women's Health Services at Florida Medical Center, and public relations co-chair of the American Metal Women's Association. She is the mother of an 11-year-old son. She's a world traveler. She's a triathlete. She volunteers on many boards serving in the community organizations such as Women in Distress, the Broward YMCA, and the Darcy J Foundation. She was born in Accra, Ghana, raised in Canada, completed her undergrad double major in psychology and English at the University of Toronto, medical school at the University of Pennsylvania, and her OBGYN residency at Lehigh Valley Hospital. Most recently, she served Mount Kilimanjaro, March 2015, as the physician's team of the Freedom Challenge Corporate Climb, an organization dedicated to ending global human trafficking. They raised over $1 million, with her receiving 2 international humanitarian awards in London and Amsterdam for Women's for Africa, the Voice magazine respectively, for her efforts. She expounds on the philosophy, those who must, can, educate, inspire, and motivate. Welcome to Warriors Talk, the phenomenal Lanalee Sam, aka DocStar. Wow, I am just elated to have you even call in to take time out of your busy schedule. I just watch all the things that you have been doing, and you have really given me the energy to go out and do some new things. I mean, I saw you biking, swimming, and then you're climbing. I saw you horseback riding, and on top of that, you're a doctor. So you already have a demanding schedule, but you still find time to fit into your schedule time for Dr. Sam. I totally agree. We are so busy, especially women. We do a lot of things. We wear many different hats that can leave us drained at the end of the day. So one of the questions that my listeners had was, what are some of the ways that we can gain natural energy? And that's important. A lot of times we don't get that. You don't get a chance to unwind and to just sit and meditate with yourself because we're so busy doing everything else. So I totally agree with you. Early morning seems to be, for some people, the best time to get up and get it out of the way. That way you can go on about your day and you don't have to worry about or stress about trying to get it done later.
And you've already, and from a medical perspective, you get to jumpstart your metabolism. So people exercise in first thing in the morning, your metabolism is going psychologically. You're just not a weight sitting on your shoulders like, gosh, I gotta get to the gym after when you're tired and exhausted. You know that no matter what else happens for the rest of the day, you got that one thing off that cuts off, you feel good.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna dive right into these questions because they gave me a lot of questions. I'm like, they started off slow. And then as the time went on, I started getting the questions. So I'm gonna go into the next questions. I just want to make sure that my Facebook listeners are able to hear you so that they can hear some of the answers to these questions that they gave me, which are some awesome questions. So I'm gonna start off slow. One of the questions was, why do our young girls get their cycles so early nowadays?
Everybody's sprouting up earlier than they used to. There must be something going on. We're not really sure exactly what the reasoning is behind that, but it is something that we need to be aware of. So yeah, you've got 9-year-olds, you've got 10-year-old young ladies that are reaching a certain maturity level without having the emotional maturity to be ready for it. So it lends itself to deeper conversations with your girls earlier. It lends itself to deeper conversations with the young men and the boys that are surrounding them as well. And I don't see it changing anytime soon. So I think we need to just be prepared for it.
Yes, I have a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 4-year-old coming. And I'm not ready. I'm so not ready for that right now. And I appreciate in school they have classes now where they're teaching the young girls and the young boys all about puberty. So they have these little classes that they go to every day and they're learning about themselves. So when she comes home, she has questions and she asks me, and I go ahead and I tell her my thoughts on it. But I just appreciate that they even take the time out to, to do it in school, which I figure like we should do it at home, but they're getting a head start on it. So she's coming home with questions.
My son he's 12 now, and as a preteen, and again, the conversations I'm having with him, where even though he knows his mom's an obstetrician gynecologist, I push his buttons and I pretend I don't know what he's talking about. But Mom, do you know how these things work? And will start to tell me, and it's amazing the information that they have, and I'm glad you're right. It's good that the schools are providing more clear-cut information because anything they're watching on TV is they're getting a lot off of the music videos or television. The 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds know more than 15-year-olds used to.
That is so true. And while we're on the subject of cycle, another question was, is it something that women can take? We know we do the pain meds and we do teas, so we try to combat, the PMS, but is it something we can do naturally?
In terms of, so I'm gonna talk to cramping, so
Okay.
especially in young girls that are starting to have their cycles and they're having extremely painful abdominal pains and cramping. The most effective medication that's over the counter is drugs, which are their name brands are like Aleve, Motrin, Advil.
Okay.
Those are going to work much more effectively than Tylenol.
Okay.
So, and they're okay in young girls as well, or in adults. So if you're having really bad cramping, that's a start. Is to during your periods taking high doses, which is maybe 600 milligrams or 800 milligrams of ibuprofen every 6 to 8 hours.
Okay.
And that's not every day, and that's over maybe the 3 to 5 days that your periods are lasting, and that'll decrease the bleeding and also decrease the cramping significantly.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Well, if someone is over the age of, let's say they between 35, and they're not getting their periods regularly, should there be a concern?
So that's a little bit, it certainly depends on the circumstances, it depends on the age, it depends on their history. There's a lot of reasons why somebody over the age of 35 or 40 may not be getting their period that are not, and most of them are not pathologic, they're not anything that's overly concerning.
Okay.
So not getting your period, and this is a myth that I like to dispel, that people sometimes think that if they haven't gotten their period for 3 months or they haven't gotten their period for 6 months, that all of that menstrual blood is piling up inside,
Oh, no.
and one day it's all going to pour out. That is not the case. It does not all just accumulate inside waiting to gush out. Again, it requires a bit of a history to look at. One of the causes of people having increasingly irregular periods, 3 months, 6 months, etc., that I see a lot is something called polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is a hormonal imbalance that can be precipitated or caused or triggered by weight gain. So sometimes I'll talk to young ladies in the office, and they'll say, "Oh, I haven't had my period for ages," and I'll look at them and I'll say, "Have you gained a significant amount of weight in the last little while?" And they'll say, "Yeah, I kind of put on my freshman 40," and that again triggers the PCOS and the irregular periods. So one of the hardest things to tell somebody is, and to do, is to say, well, if you drop some weight, you're going to probably normalize your periods again.
Wow, you actually answered my next question was, does weight play a role in the flow? Yes. Wow.
Yes, I anticipated that. So
Wow.
it does. In the case of, again, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is very, very, very common, and sometimes it's triggered, again, somebody has these regular cycles and like clockwork, and then all of a sudden they suddenly get irregular. Again, they come to me and I'm the one that puts my finger on it, and they say, "Yeah, I did kind of gain 20 pounds after I broke up with my boyfriend."
Wow.
And now my periods are irregular, and I thought it was just stress. It's actually triggering a condition that they had a genetic predisposition for. And yes, so once again, we talked about how exercise and in the morning can help you get energized. Yes, exercise and watching your body weight and keeping it at a safe and healthy level can also help to regulate your periods without having to go on hormonal manipulations.
Okay. Wow. Well, if you're just tuning in, we are talking to Dr. Sam about the unadulterated truth on women's health. And I had a listener that had a question about taking antibiotics. And
taking antibiotics?
yes.
Like medication?
Medication.
Infection.
Yes.
Yep.
She wanted to know, why do we get yeast infections?
I'd like to say that is just one other way for the universe to torture women, because, having to get our eyebrows waxed, shave our legs, all of the ways that we're tortured just weren't enough. It's like let's throw yeast infections on top of that. So yeast infections, we don't necessarily have a reason for it. You can be doing absolutely nothing wrong and still end up with the most miserable, uncomfortable, itching discharge that makes you want to just scream, and you haven't done anything wrong. So I can't necessarily say that there's a one trigger for getting a yeast infection in every single person. We talk about sometimes making sure that if you're swimming or if you're working out, that you're not staying in moist workout or swimsuits for more time than you need to. But there's just the majority of people will say, I wasn't even swimming, I haven't been near an ocean, and I haven't been near a gym in 10 years.
Wow.
People who are diabetic are going to be more prone to yeast infections generally. People who take sometimes antibiotics. The antibiotics kill off the good bacteria in your vaginal walls, and it leads to an overgrowth of the yeast. So that's why sometimes people will have a reactionary yeast infection after being on antibiotics for a cold or for some other reason, and they end up feeling really itchy and miserable. Now, my comment on yeast infections, that I hope that if I can get this out to as many people as possible, that would be good, which is that a lot of people come in and they call in and they say they'd like a pill. So there's a pill called diflucan, which is usually a one-day treatment that we give to help to clear a yeast infection. Now, for the most part, a lot of the time it works, and people like it because it's not messy, it's quick, and you just take a pill.
Perfect.
However, a lot of the time that pill form will fail, and it makes sense logically, which is you're taking where the problem is all the way down in your nether regions, and you take a pill through your mouth. The little tiny pill goes through your whole bowels, through your stomach, and then it's dissolved by your liver, and then eventually a little bit of it still gets down to the area where it needs to work.
Wow.
So it may not be that effective. People don't like to hear it, but a lot of the time I'll tell them, I can give you that pill, but it may have a 60% effectiveness, whereas you can go to get over-the-counter medication, and again, the over-the-counter medication that is effective and is a real medication is anything that ends with azole. So Monistat is miconazole, and then there's clotrimazole and ticonazole, and all of those are effective localized treatments for yeast infections.
And they're going right to where it needs to go.
Right to the area where it needs to go. So again, I'll tell people, and they'll be like, I'll tell them, just go get a 3-day Monistat 3.
Okay.
And they're like, ooh, that's icky.
Messy,
I don't want to
yes.
use it. You just give me a pill. I say, I'm going to give you a pill, but 2 days from now, if it isn't cured, you're going to end up doing that 3-day treatment anyway.
Wow. That I did not know. So that was some good information. And it kind of tie into the next question about how to keep your vagina pH balanced.
Now that's a tough one. I'm going to say how not to mess up your pH balance to start with.
Okay.
So some of the things, I said that over-the-counter medications like miconazole, ticonazole, clotrimazole, those are actual medications and they are okay. There are a lot of products that are out there making the big corporate world rich off of our concerns with our female smells, odors, discharge, and appearance. So there's a lot of things that are out there that are not good. I tend to say that the vagina is a self-cleaning oven. It doesn't need any help. And
I hear that a lot.
to that terminology, products like douches that have super smelling
Yes.
rose-tinted vanilla smell. Again, if it's rose-tinted vanilla smell, that's because it's got chemicals in it.
Mm.
And if you're putting chemicals up into your oven, you're removing some of the good bacteria and you're increasing your risks of pH imbalance. I am absolutely say please avoid douches. No matter how miserable you may think you are, you're going to just make the problem worse by washing out the good stuff. If you must by habit or cultural norms, they feel like you need to utilize anything inside, then just use plain water. Don't use these chemicalized products that are stripping your pH balance inside.
Wow. Plain water, ladies. That's all you need. Your oven cleans itself.
Itself, exactly.
Wow.
And there's another product that I want to make sure that people understand is not a medicine. So there's a product called Vagisil. So Vagisil is over the counter, and it's utilized to help ease and your discomfort. Vagisil is putting a bandaid on a problem. The problem is that, again, it is not a medication. It is not myconazole. It is not hyconazole. It's not clotrimazole. There is no azole in Vagisil. Vagisil, again, has a habit of hiding things or helping them quiet down. And I've seen a patient that literally looked like she had a cancer because she had reacted so badly to the chemicals in an over-the-counter product. So you have to be really careful what you're slathering around down there.
Wow, so a temporary fix is not always a good thing when in doubt.
It is not. And that applies as well to another common malady, which is urinary tract infection.
Okay, you're getting all into my questions. Yeah, go ahead. Wow. Okay.
So those are some of the things that urinary tract infections, again, are determined and are delineated by having frequency where you have to go to the bathroom like 5-6 times an hour, and when you go, it hurts, and after you go, it hurts, and you feel like you have to go right away. Now, people will take medication over the counter to try that masks that sensation, but it doesn't cure the infection.
Wow.
So you do have to check in with your physician to be given an antibiotic if you have a urinary tract infection.
Where does E. coli come in when it's in your urine?
So E. coli is a documented grown bacteria that lets you know that that they do when they do a urine culture. It's a very common bacteria that if the numbers are high enough, that tells you and confirms that you have a UTI.
Okay.
Now, the other reason why it's good to go see a doctor and give them a urine sample, not just pick up something over the counter. One, that doesn't work, and two, because there's different types of antibiotics that affect different types of bacteria. So you might have E. coli urinary tract infection, or you might have a Klebsiella urinary tract infection, and those are treated by different medications.
Oh. So basically we need to stop medicating. Stop medicating ourselves.
Yes, at least certainly for UTIs.
Yes. Okay. What we're going to do, Dr. Sam, is take a quick break.
Sure.
And you are giving some amazing information. I know these ladies ears are wide open right now. As I said, we wear a lot of hats, and women, we are warriors in our own right. What we're going to do is listen to Demi Lovato with Warriors. Can you turn the music down? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, hey you guys, we're on break. Dr. Sam is on hold. So if you guys have any questions for her, let me know.
All right, it is off.
Okay.
Okay, motivational moment.
She's on there. Okay. All right. Thank you. So if you guys have any questions for her, let me know. I have I have at least 10 more questions to ask her. She's answering the questions before I could even get to them. So if you guys have any more questions that you want her to answer, can you please put it in the comments? I thank you for tuning in. If you haven't shared the video, please share the video. This is Dr. Sam. She's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She is known as the DocStar in Florida. And she has her own elite concierge pregnancy as well as gynecology services that she is one-on-one with her patients. She caters to them in any way possible, and that's what women need. A lot of times we are like a number in the doctor's office, and they give us any type of medicine and push us alone, and then we're back in there a couple of weeks later. Because why? Because they're putting a bandaid on the situation. So I want to encourage you guys to, if you have any questions, don't be shy. You can inbox me if you want to. I have my Facebook up on the computer. But just know that the information that she's given us can also help with the generation that's coming up. Because I know when I was growing up, we was told to douche. You know, they had the little red bottle. And we knew what that meant when our mothers had those little bottles that they were going to be douching. So we know that douching is not a good thing. Also, the little inserts that you use to try to freshen up or mask or cover any type of smell or anything like that, not a good thing. When in doubt, just go to the doctor, get it checked out. Again, our oven cleans itself. And it's easy said than done when you have to sit around and smell it. And so, you know, you want something to take care of it really fast. So when in doubt, just go to the doctor. You should be, with our gynecologists, we should be having a good relationship with our gynecologists. We should be really tight with our gynecologists, considering what they're doing to us when we go in the office. You know, we hate going in unless, you know, you have a really cute gynecologist. But other than that, we hate going in for that appointment. But when you do, you want to have a good relationship with them. So you make sure when you're going in, you're telling them everything that they need to know about your situation. So, okay, somebody just inboxed me. So if you guys have any questions for Dr. Sam, let me tell you about Dr. Sam. She is just phenomenal. She is a triathlete. She just, she did a bike run, and thank you, Annette. She did a bike run swim. I saw her up at like 6 in the morning doing all of this, and then she had to be in the office by 8:15. I'm like, oh my God, I was just tired watching her do all of that. But she really inspired me, because I'm like, you know, I need to be more active. You know, we need to be more active. We want to eliminate our chances of getting all of these diseases that are out here right now. But in order to do that, we know that we need to be exercising. We need to be on top of our health. And not to say that some of these diseases won't come back up on us. We still need to be vigilant. So we're getting ready to come back. These are commercials. Just give me a couple of seconds, you guys. Again, share the video if you haven't shared it. Please share the video. I appreciate it.
Glenwood, Lansing Road, Glenwood, Illinois. Give her a call today, 708-758-3300, or email her at paulakelly@allstate.com, PaulaKelly@allstate.com, or show her some love and like her on Facebook. And
all
get
right.
your quotes for
Hey,
what
First
you
Lady
need
Kelly, thank you for
to
tuning
with
in.
Allstate.
All right, so we're on commercial, and we'll be back in a couple of matter of minutes. Oh God, I was gonna ask that question. Okay, it's probiotics for our pH balance. Any good attack? I'll ask her that. Thank you for that.
Morning worship takes place at 11 a.m. Every first Sunday, we have pastoral prayer at 9 a.m. And
we're talking about,
is served after the
I don't know if you guys can hear me,
service.
the unadulterated truth about women's health.
On Wednesdays, 6:45 for prayer and 7 for the Bible Institute classes.
Missing bed
Hey,
bugs?
Jennifer.
Genetic mites. Pest problems keeping you out. Your visitors creating your home. Don't panic. We have the answers. Act now. Call Red Alert Pest Control Supplies and Services. 5660 West Madison Street. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Call now. 773-922-9442. Or visit redalert.com.
Wow, okay, we'll be back in less than 30
Red Alert.
seconds.
773-922-9442. Look for our shield.
Hi. Thank you guys for tuning in. And you are tuned in to Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle here on UVM Radio, your station for talk, faith, and music. And we were talking to Dr. Sam, aka DocStar, out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we were talking about the unadulterated truth on women's health. Before we go back to her, we're going to go do our motivational moment. Hello.
Hi, Lady Rochelle.
Hello, my Leah. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I'm enjoying the show tonight.
Awesome. I was just getting ready to ask, did you hear some of the conversation? I think we could.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome. Are you learning anything?
Yeah, honestly, I have questions myself.
Well, you better inbox me or put them in the comments before the show is over with, because we only have the DocStar for a little bit longer. So go ahead and give us our motivational moment.
Yes, for tonight's motivational moment, we will take a look at how God views a phenomenal woman. So I will be reading from Proverbs 31-30 in the New Living Translation. Charm is deceptive, and beauty does not last, but a woman who fears the Lord will be greatly praised. I believe that this verse shows us that it really is not all about winning the world's approval by being charming or a pretty face in a mirror, but it is truly about being right with God. And I have a quote to share with you all. I do not know when you say that the author does not know, but a beautiful woman uses her lips for truth, her voice for kindness, her ears for compassion, her hands for charity, and her heart for love. For those who do not like her, she uses prayer. So I dedicate this motivational moment to all of the phenomenal women out there who are listening, and to all of you who know phenomenal women. I want you all to remember this. When you have God in your life, He makes you beautiful on the inside, and that beauty shines outwardly. This is what makes a phenomenal woman.
Oh, wow. I like that. I'm motivated. Tell them how to get in touch with you, how to find you, how to follow you.
Yes. You guys can all connect with me on social media through my Facebook page, Devotionals by Leah Matheny. My first name is spelled M-Y, capital L-E-A-H. And you can also look for me on my blog. It's msm.blogspot.com. No caps.
All right. Well, thank you so much, my Leah Matheny, for that motivational moment.
Thank you, Lady Rochelle.
You're welcome. And in your health news on today, the Americans with serious illness unease as Trump moves to repeal Obamacare. There is unease and uncertainty as settling over Americans with illnesses as the Republicans move closer to dismantling the Democratic former President Barack Obama's healthcare system. So we know everybody is kind of in a panic about that. The Republican healthcare bill pushed through the House on Thursday leaves those with pre-existing conditions fearful of higher premiums and losing coverage altogether if the Affordable Care Act is replaced. So that is your breaking health news. And you are tuned in to Warriors Talk with Lady Rochelle. We are talking to the DocStar herself out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And we are talking about the unadulterated truth on women's health. Hello, Dr. Sam.
I am here, and actually I'm right in the middle of one of the most important truths that we can talk about, which is vaginal VBAC.
Yes.
So I'm actually at the hospital getting ready to deliver a baby. And the baby that I'm delivering is what I'm very excited about, which is a VBAC, which means that vaginal discovered is that a lot of women are excellent candidates for VBAC, and it's about
Yes.
picking and finding the right obstetrician that is willing to accept that challenge with you.
Wow. And that's what attracted me to you is that you have your concierge service, so you cater to the patient individually. They're not a number. They're not just coming through the system as a number, and you're not really knowing what the case is with them, but you're actually hands on with everything about them.
Absolutely. Again, I am fortunate enough to have created a paradigm and a program where I make sure that, here's a wild idea, I actually know the names of my patients that I deliver. I know their names, I know their husbands, I know their partners, I know their stories, and the nurses actually make fun of me that when they come in, they're usually like, and what's your favorite color, and what's your dog's name? Because after 9 months together, we get to know each other very well. So it's really, again, other than, unlike a sort of a normal practice, people are delivering somewhere between 10 and 40 babies a month. And I've had colleagues that told me that, no, they don't know the names of the people they deliver.
Wow.
Do they need to? And I said, yeah, I kind of think that's a good idea. So I limit my practice again to this concierge paradigm, which is a VIP service where I only deliver basically a maximum of five women a month, and those women get my complete attention. And when they're in labor, I'm in the hospital with them during their entire labor.
Wow. And I know that's something that many of us probably, I think I only had one pregnancy where my doctor was not there. And you want your doctor to be there, because when the doctor is not there, they're trying to figure out, okay, what to do, what do you have. They're going through your records, and if you have a personal relationship with your doctor, you don't have to be trying to answer questions while you're getting contractions.
Yeah. it's tough to answer that
It
when
is.
that's hitting you hard.
Yes, it is. So I know many women will probably be thinking about getting this service, especially with your first child. I think with your first child, I think it's really important to have a position where you are one-on-one, because you have some fear issues, because this is your first baby, so you don't know what to expect. So you want to be in a relaxed, calm state, for everything that's going to be coming up when you get ready to deliver. You want somebody that's going to be able to help relax you.
And also, again, someone you've met.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Yes.
It's a good thing. So, again, in large group practices, people have share calls with up to 10 different doctors.
Wow.
So it's kind of whoever's on call is who delivers you, and that's often really scary, and that's why so many women have begun hiring doulas who are labor assistants, because then they at least know they're going to know one person in the room.
Have you ever heard about having your pregnancy, your labor induced, so that your doctor can be there, like that maybe the weekend that he's on call?
Yeah, that again is pretty common.
Okay.
In the circumstances in which most people are practicing obstetrics is, again, well, I'm going to be out of town or this, and the best I can do is I can induce you so that it's on the day that I'm going to be on call, and that does also increase your risk of a C-section or artificially inducing labor.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I had my labor induced because I had one baby in 2006, and in August, and the birthday was going to be on the same day, and I did not want the birthdays to be on the same day. Yes. So, and it worked.
Again, if you've had a previous delivery and you have a favorable cervix, there are different indices that say that you're a good candidate for an induction. So you probably were an excellent candidate for an induction.
Yes, because the baby came right on time. Like they are a day apart, 2 years apart, and 1 day apart. So
that worked out.
That worked out well for me.
But
Now,
it's really important for people to ask the right questions and be comfortable with
that's why I think it's important to have your doctor in there. I understand the groups, but I understand that. But yes, I just
definitely the ideal situation.
yes, it is. Another question that a listener had to do with, I want to say HPV, and it's linked to cervical cancer.
That's a great question. Was it a specific question, or was there anything?
It was. She wanted to know the chances of conceiving after cervical cancer.
Okay, so I'm going to break this down into what I think the question is. So HPV, human papillomavirus, there's many different types. Certain high-risk types are more associated and affiliated with the potential for developing cervical cancer. So if you have an abnormal pap smear, and it also says that you are positive for one of these types, then we usually move forward into doing more testing, like a colposcopy, which is taking a sample of the cervix to make sure that there aren't any precancerous cells.
Okay.
If that sample shows us that there are some abnormal cells that have developed likely as a result of this HPV, then we move forward to different methods of stopping it. It's really rare to see cervical cancer because usually cervical cancer takes a long time to develop,
Wow.
and we have the opportunity to stop it in its tracks,
Okay.
either from the pap smear to the biopsy to once we see that there's something happening. The next step is usually, if it's aggressive, is doing something called a loop electroexcision procedure, which is removing a small portion of the cervix, which are those precancerous cells, and that's it. You're cured. You don't
Wow.
develop into a cervical cancer.
Okay.
A leap, having a loop electroexcision procedure or a biopsy, neither of those compromise future fertility. They will not affect somebody having any pregnancy, getting pregnant in the future, nor will it affect holding a pregnancy in the future, nor will it affect them needing to, nor will it affect them needing to deliver in with a C-section or anything like that. So, again, cervical cancer is probably what people generally are going to have might be some precancerous cells that are identified, and then those are cured with, and then those are cured once they have this procedure.
Wow. That's good to know. Because when you hear cervical cancer, you're like, okay, I'm not going to be able to have any babies, and especially if you're young and you haven't even gotten started. So,
And it is not, and generally, again, it's not cervical cancer. This is precancerous cells.
okay.
What it is that what they're being diagnosed at, and I spend a lot of time. The first thing I say if somebody has abnormal cells is I say, and this is not cancer. This is not cancer. This is not cancer. Do you hear me? This is not cancer. These are precancerous cells that, and that's what we want to make sure.
Awesome. What about fibroid tumors? Like,
Oh, that's a great question. What do you want to know? Or was there a specific question about that?
well, the lady that gave me the question talked about how the doctor wanted to remove it, but if the way that they were going to remove it, she wasn't going to be able to have any more kids. So he was telling her, if you want to have another baby, do it now, and then we'll go in and get it and slice it, or
Okay.
yes.
So I'm gonna disentangle that a little bit.
Okay.
Which is that basically what that's saying is that first off, fibroids are benign muscle growth that can be the size of your pencil tip or can grow to the size of a watermelon.
Wow.
They are generally not cancerous, but they can cause bleeding, they can cause pain, they can make you look like you're 9 months pregnant. They can contribute want to continue having the possibility of having children, but they have these painful, bleeding, symptomatic fibroids, then a myomectomy is an appropriate surgery potentially to offer them. If they are somebody who's 49 years old, who has 5 children, and had her tubes tied 10 years ago, and she has 20 fibroids that make her look like she's 9 months pregnant, that is not a person that I would say is a good candidate to have a myomectomy.
Okay.
It would unnecessarily jeopardize her for future pain, for bleeding, for poor recovery, without any good reason to do so.
Wow. Dr. Sam, I thank you so much for just taking the time out to answer some of the women's questions. You are truly a phenomenal woman. Can you just give the women some words of wisdom on women's health, and then tell them how to follow you, get in contact with you?
Absolutely. So my biggest statement, and I'm really, really clear about this. I know we're broadcasting in all over the country, but there's probably a very limited number of you that are close enough to me to be my patients. You don't have to be my patient. I'm super, duper, duper busy. But what I do encourage you to do is to make sure you have confidence in the physician that you are with. Make sure you ask questions. Make sure that you research that person's history, and trust your instincts. If you don't feel comfortable with someone, then you know what? It's okay to go and find somebody else. If you walk into somebody's office and you wouldn't use their bathroom because it's disgusting, then that's probably not who you want delivering your baby.
Oh, wow.
We spend more time picking hairdressers than we do thinking about who
Yes.
looks after us for 15 visits and for a guaranteed hospitalization with 2 lives and a potential surgical emergency. You need to ask questions and you need to be comfortable.
Wow. How can I get a hold of you or follow you?
My practice website is www.eliteobgyn.com. On Facebook, our practice is as well, Elite Obstetrics and Gynecology.com. On Instagram, I'm first DocStar. I say that I'm not a rock star because I'm not a musician, but I like to say that my brother named me DocStar about 10 years ago. So I'm not the only DocStar, but I like to say I'm the first DocStar because my brother came up with the nickname.
Wow.
So on Instagram, I'm at first DocStar. And again, I'm a big believer in you don't have to come to me, but make sure you're going to somebody that you trust, somebody that you believe in, and somebody that you're willing to ask questions and talk to. If you are, as so many women come to me and they say, oh my gosh, Dr. Sam, I've never told my doctor this before, and they tell me something, and I fix it. And they go, they just never felt comfortable. And it's been 10 years that they've had this problem, and I can fix it. But you can't fix it if we don't know about it.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Sam, aka DocStar. I really appreciate you. Just taking the time out of your busy schedule, because I saw how busy you was. I'm like, I pray she answers me, and you did, and I just appreciate it. And I know the women of Warriors Talks who are listening appreciate you as well. So thank you so much.
And yet again, I'd like to interject and say, look at what the power of prayer can do.
Yes, thank you for that.
You prayed and it happened.
It did. Thank you for that, and I really appreciate it. And I appreciate the connection as well that you've given me as well.
My absolute pleasure, and I really enjoyed this. I will ask you, your listeners, and everybody on the radio to send some prayers for my wonderful baby that's due, that she
Yes, prayers going up. Thank you so much.
All right, and I'll, you know what? If and when everything goes well, I'll tag you and shoot you a picture of the baby you can post.
I sure will. Awesome. Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
You do the same. Warriors, remember, stay on top of your health, have a good relationship with your doctor, and remember to open your mouth and let them know what's going on, and thrive while surviving. Hey, you guys, that was a good show. Wow, she's on her way to deliver a baby like right now as we speak. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate the questions. Oh my goodness, it was awesome. Thank you guys so much. Yes, once the baby is delivered, she's gonna post a picture. So I'll make sure I tag you guys. Hey, Shanette. Hey, Tiffany. Wow. Hey, Russell. Hey, Miss Rita. Thank you so much. Yeah, a personal relationship is very important. Sometimes we're scared to talk to our own doctors. I can remember I had let me move this. I had a male doctor for a gynecologist, and every time I would tell him something was wrong with me, he would be like, it's all in your head. It's all in your head. I had to get rid of him. I got rid of him, and I got me a woman doctor, only because I felt more comfortable. I mean, if you feel comfortable with a man, you do. But I had to get a lady because he was just like, every time I would tell him something was wrong, it's just all in my head. So I'm like, okay, I got to get rid of you because this is my health. This is my only body. So I need to make sure that when I tell you that I think something is wrong, I need you to investigate. Whether it's nothing or not, still investigate it. Thank you so much, Annette. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Oh, wow. Michelle, we really need to talk. I like to speak about a health problem that plagues many women that are too embarrassing to talk about. It's most about me putting an emotional spin because of the root of the problem. Oh, I can't see it all. Hold on. Okay, I will get in contact with you, the root of the pain of the diagnosis. Oh, wow. Okay, Michelle, I will email you so we can set something up. I appreciate that. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Latoya. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. This is our Phenomenal Women series. So next week we have another doctor coming up, and she has her PhD in nutrition. So she's going to talk about our diet as it relates to breast cancer in the African American community and what we should be doing differently to make sure we have a better outcome when it comes to our cancer diagnosis. So make sure you tune in next week, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Warriors Talk. I appreciate it. If you haven't shared the video, please share the video. Please share the video. Thank you guys so much.